want everyone in this room to sit and think of the word genocide. Just think for a moment. I bet I can guess what comes to mind. Probably the obvious answers, the Holocaust, terrorism. But what if I told you that each of us individually are survivors of genocide? I know that the majority of us are members of the Eastern Shawnee tribe of Oklahoma, with the exception of a couple Cherokee right here. Still the same concept, y'all are also survivors. Today, I want everyone to be familiar with how the Trail of Tears ripped apart the Shawnee tribe, how our culture was almost completely gone, and lastly, it is essential to know how we maintain our culture today. According to Chief Glenna J. Wallace's article from June 2010, there were only 69 members left of the tribe. 69. Imagine that, how we multiplied from then. That was a result of the Trail of Tears. So I'd like to address the federal government's fight versus the Indians. So we all know the story. The white man wanted our land, pushed us out of the way. According to the book Give Me Liberty, Volume 1, copyright 2014, federal soldiers forced the Native Americans to move west. Well, that was a problem for the Shawnee. They were the Eastern Woodland Indians. They lived in the east. So they were herded like cattle, moved on foot hundreds of miles in the harsh winter weather. Many perished, women, children, men. Louistown Shawnee and Seneca Indians were all mixed up as a result of being pushed around everywhere. They were called the mixed band until they separated. The separation resulted into two new tribes, which is where the Eastern Shawnee came from. And the change in culture. The language was almost gone, culture lost. We had a really rich culture. We were big on silver, moccasins. Close your eyes, think of a typical Native American. That was the Eastern Shawnee. Corn, beans, squash, moccasins, braids. According to PBS's online article, written in September 2006, it was the tribe's first choice to assimilate into the dominant American culture. So they had to be like the white man, become Christians, go to boarding school, learn everything, learn the English language, you know how that goes. That was the most peaceful way to go. They had to give up their tribal ways. They had to give up who they were, either die or give up their culture. But I'd like to end this on a positive note. The Eastern Shawnees today. The tribe that we are in are called the Eastern Shawnee Tribe of Oklahoma, stationed in, obviously, Oklahoma. Scholarship money is raised. They give out money to all the tribal members. I'd like to make it clear that it's not government money. They raise it themselves. The tribe owns two casinos, Indigo Sky Casino and Bordertown Casino, and donations, so that's where all the money comes from. Services are offered for children and family, health, suicide prevention, elderly, the list goes on. Like, they just want us to strive for excellence and help each other out, you know? The monthly newsletter actually teaches new words and phrases of the language so that we can maintain our language today. We're slowly climbing back up. We're trying to regain our culture, even though we're obviously more Americanized today. Like, you don't see us walking around with like tribal paint and the feathers and the braids and the moccasins, but we still try to keep our culture. We're still trying to get our language back, and that's happening rather successfully. We're building everything up, making the best out of a kind of a crappy situation, which isn't so crappy anymore, now that America strives for diversity. Today, hopefully, I have opened some minds. I hope everyone feels proud of who they are. After battling the federal government and giving way to assimilation, I am proud to say we still stand. Thank you for listening, or in Eastern Shawnee, I should say, Ni Yahweh.